Andre, it's James. How'd the rest of the evening go? I spent most of it in the back office talking to the police. How are you getting along with Avery? Damn, he sounds tired. I wonder if he slept at the club rather than going home. Avery isn't talking very much. What can you share with me? My sister, Avery's mother, is a loser magnet. She's had more husbands than I've had submissives, and that's saying something. From what I hear, Avery wasn't abused, but they certainly witnessed enough of it. Trixie, my sister, was a punching bag for several of her exes. Assholes like that need to feel a taste of their own medicine. I hear you, brother. How is it going? Avery is in class. I'm waiting outside the classroom. Can you tell me what brought them to Phoenix? Trix gave me a call. She was really upset. Avery came home one night, very upset, with bruises on their arm. Trixie was pretty sure it was the boyfriend. She's scared to death that her kid would follow her own path. She thought that if Avery went away to school, under my supervision, we might be able to break the cycle. So I sent the plane ticket. Did you see the bruises? Shit, that sounds like I don't believe the story. Did they look like a handprint? There were smudges on their arm. The story I heard was a customer grabbed them to get their attention, but Trixie did not believe it. I don't know what's the truth, and it doesn't matter to me. I wanted them in school instead of working as waitstaff in a biker bar. They have dreams of other things, and I have the means to help, so I will. What about this boyfriend? Was he a Don? I don't believe they were tight with anyone, but I wouldn't say Avery was ever forthcoming with information. They arrived with a chip on their shoulder a mile wide. Avery has refused to take any money from me. Right from the beginning, they were determined to make their own way. At the airport, they gave me the money back for the airfare. The very first day they arrived, Avery worked some kind of magic and managed to get a full-ride scholarship from their very prestigious business school. The second day, they found that shoebox of an apartment and bought a piece of shit car and moved out. Where's the money coming from? I think they saved it. Avery pinches a penny better than anyone I've ever met. The only thing I've managed was to pay them a decent salary, and after I wrecked that POS of a car, Avery agreed to take my old one. You wrecked the car? Absolutely. I had the girls drop me off at the club, so I'd have an excuse to borrow the car when I made my nightly dinner run. Have you seen that apartment that Avery rents? There isn't enough food to keep a rat alive, so every night they work, I make sure I bring in a pizza or something. Anyway, I ran it into a ditch. It was a rusted death trap. I tried to give them a new car, but they wouldn't take it. I tried to give them a raise and the down payment for a new car, but that was turned down also. So the compromise was that Avery would take my old car. That's good thinking. How did they end up wearing your collar? When I suggested working at the club that we needed a receptionist, they admitted that they weren't ready to start dating again, and they were concerned that if they worked at the club, it would get awkward. I offered my protection collar as a way of getting them to take the job, but honestly, James, I have never bought the boyfriend story. Has anyone at the club shown a serious interest in Avery? A few people have commented that they are glad I hired Avery, commented on how friendly and good-looking they are, that sort of thing. But Avery hasn't asked about anyone, and I've never seen them play with anyone. At times, I get the impression he isn't a fan of the lifestyle. I've never called them on it because it suits my purposes. They stay close where I can keep an eye out for them. Andre, I appreciate the info. You filled in a few of the blanks for me, and left a shit ton of questions, too. Avery is very headstrong and prideful. According to Trixie, Avery likes to argue, but I can't get much out of him. Avery doesn't do small talk. And James? If you see anything that they need, please tell me. They act like asking for help is a fate worse than death. Will do. I gotta run. Class is letting out. We'll see you tonight. Well, there you are. Hey, let's go grab a bite to eat. I know a quiet place close by. I'll have you back in plenty of time for your next class. Of course I know your schedule. It's my job to know everything about you. Come on, get in the car. Whew. Well, that's strange. They seem to be reading the prices and then looking to see what the menu item is. Maybe Andre is right about the penny pinching. They make a great steak sandwich. Avery's eyes lit up until they looked at the price. That's interesting. How do I know your schedule? Well, one of us better tell the truth, and it doesn't seem like it's going to be you, so I guess it has to be me. I went through your computer. I'd guess you're nervous about what I found since you're chewing on your bottom lip and wringing your hands. You can't stand behind an expectation of privacy when you hand over your laptop to someone.
What can I get for you?
We'll have 2 steak sandwiches and 2 sodas. Don't give me any lip. You're eating a real meal, and when we go out, you'll start looking at the food choices, not the prices. I don't give a damn what the meal costs. If you're hungry and it looks good, order the damn thing. Someone is threatening to kill you. That gives me the right to look at your computer. You've been feeding me a line of bullshit and wasting my time having me track down altar boys that you made out to be a dangerous dom. So you admit you have a beef with the lifestyle and that you've lied to your uncle, who opened his home to you and has done nothing but try to help you. Okay, you're right, I did demand a name, but I was talking about Andre. You're the victim. Well, I'm trying my damnedest to keep you from being a victim, and you manufacturing drama isn't helping us find the stalker. What do I need from you? Well, let's start with the truth.
Can I get you anything else?
This looks good, thank you. Who knows you work at disciplination? Every time I mention anything about that club, Avery shushes me. I'd say they are definitely embarrassed by the lifestyle, if nothing else. All right, move over. We'll sit together so I can speak quieter. Now, answer my question. Tell me who knows where you work. Although if I were to guess, I'd say not a single soul. You're a private person and you don't share personal information with anyone. Is that what you just said? Did I hear you correctly? Okay, then I'm confused. If you're such a private person, Why do you tell everyone with an internet connection about your sexual exploits? Aren't your followers a little pissed? Do you call yourself a... Yeah, I found your blog, and I'll respect your wishes and not discuss it here in the restaurant, but we are going to talk about it when we're alone. Just eat your food. Excuse me? If you think submissives are weak, you certainly haven't learned much during your time at disciplination. I suggest you just settle down and eat. Not hungry, huh? Well, your little outburst has made me very hungry, but not for food. I'm hungry for you, and I'm trying to be a gentleman here. Why don't you make it easier on me and start eating? I want half that sandwich gone before we leave. Since I ordered you to eat it, you can't. Well, there's more to it than that. Your breathing is shallow, your eyes are dilated, and your nipples are hard, and you're rubbing your thighs together. I'd say dominance pushes your buttons. Then I'll feed you. Open up. Settle down. You are not going to climb over the seat. You're having a panic attack. Because, if I'm reading the situation correctly, you're as aroused as you are pissed, and that scares you. And I'm being an asshole and pushing your buttons. Follow my lead. Slow, deep breaths. Shh. I've got you. Just breathe. You can do this. You can do anything you set your mind to. I'm sorry I upset you, and that was thoughtless of me. My only excuse is temporary insanity. Night after night, I've gone to the club just so I could spend a few minutes with you, and every night you blew me off. Lately, you've barely even said hello before you handed me a wristband and sent me on my way. And then last night, I spent a few hours in my own private hell, reading about you seducing 2 different men. It bothered me a lot. I won't hurt you, Avery. What am I going to ruin? You have a skewed idea of what I want from a partner. I like your fire and your spirit. I don't want a robot. I'm taking a major leap here, Avery. Basically, I'm handing you my balls on a platter. I know you're scared, and so am I. We will talk about this later, but you're safe with me. I am not going to hurt you. Here, I'll cut your sandwich in half. Now, take a bite, please. If you're going to fight me every step of the way, you're going to need your strength. There you go. It's good, isn't it? You'll let me win this one. Well, thank you. But Avery, I will win them all, because failure isn't an option.